Good morning, everyone. I'm Lindsay at Silver Crow Tarot, and I just wanted to pop in and show you some of the things I've been working on lately. It hasn't been tarot or oracle, though I do that, in between these crafts, sewing, slow stitching, this needle art, whatever you want to call it. Anyway. I'm just going to set some things aside. You can see I've got all the things I've been working on here, my threads and needles and all sorts of things over here. But first things first, let's start with how my grimoire is going. Grimoire, Book of Shadows, whatever you want to call it. I know I did a video on this that I was making it out of denim, and I'm still going on it. But you can see some of the stitching and things that I've added to it. There's a little knot work going on here, L, because it's mine. Little bows. I found some pretty fabric from a old shirt I had that shrunk. You know how that goes. You wash it, you hang it up, and you go to put it on. You can barely get your arm in it because it shrunk. But just some of the stitching, the slow stitching work I've been doing on this. Really, this is how I make my journals. I don't really have anything in this, but I have dyed all the paper and torn the edges the way I like it, because I do like it to look grungy. That's just me. Here's the back of it. This is from my current journal that I'm working with, just my everyday journal with my tarot and oracle and stuff. But this is the band that goes around my current journal, and I had a piece of that left over, so I just added it. I'm not overly thrilled with the back of this, but I wanted to just do some practice stitches. Figure out little things I wanted to do, so it's definitely not done. I'm thinking, and I've marked it off. I don't know if you can see the line mark in the drawing here. When I finally put this together, and I haven't decided on a lining fabric yet, and I have the where I've sewn it on the outside, I think I might just do a separate strip with some pieces and sort of tack that on afterwards, so it hides the stitch line of where my signatures are going in. But that's where my grimoire, Book of Shadows, whatever, I haven't decided what to call it. My book of knowledge, my book of witchy things, my book of whatever I want to put in it. So that's where it is at this time. Just going to set this aside. And some of the things that I was working on, I was on a cruise back in February, and I took a little bag with me with some thread and some 5-inch squares, a charm pack. If you don't know what a charm pack is, it's about 40 to 42 pieces of 5-inch squares from a line of fabric. So I had those, and I was making... I went nuts, honestly. I was making what I call, or here in the States, we call yo-yos. And I know overseas, or in the UK, they call them Suffolk puff, I guess. But I would, when I wasn't out and about on the cruise ship, I was just in my room lazing around, or sitting out on the balcony, I would just make these little yo-yos to use somewhere. My thought initially was to make a spread out of them. But when I got home, and I finished these all while I was on the cruise, when I got home and started laying these out, I thought, no, I'm not going to make a spread for them. So they're here now, and maybe I can use them in other projects. I have seen full-on, I mean big yo-yo quilts, and stuff. And while I absolutely love, love, love piecing quilt tops, I don't want to say hate, that's a strong word. I really dislike quilting a large quilt like that. I've made many in my lifetime, and it's just not my favorite thing to do. I just don't care for it. Smaller stuff, I'm good with, but a big quilt, no thanks. Other things I sat around doing while I was on the cruise, I just took some pieces with me, and I don't really know what I'm going to do with these. I'm thinking I want to add maybe some seed beads around this. That may end up on the cover of a journal down the line. This beautiful linen fabric I have. Just another piece that I just pieced together and made some decorative stitches on it. Just trying out different things. But that may end up on a journal, who knows. Same way with this one. I started out thinking I was going to make like a pocket here, which would have been really cute, but it looked boring to me, so then I went around with some stitching, and of course I sewed it to the backing of it. This one isn't quite done. I think I want to put some more stitches, some lighter stitches out, going out that a little ways, but just something else I've been doing. I also made this cute little bird, just fabric that was on my table, and I just, sort of cut it out a little bit and just made a cute little bird patch. I can add that somewhere. I had this pocket on some jeans, and that I took apart, obviously, to make a journal, and I just decided to do some decorative sewing with that. Trying my hand at, and I get the words mixed up with the style, but Boro, Kantha, Kawandi, I don't know. To me, this is, I just say Boro-ish style of Japanese mending. So I just tried my hand at that a little bit. I was going to put this on a denim journal cover that I'm making on the side over here, but it's a little large. It ended up, the journal ended up being really only this big, so this was just a little too large to put on it. So who knows? I may end up putting it, boy, I just had an idea. End up tacking it to a pair of jeans, and I need to bring those over here so you can see those too. Hold 1 second, they're right here. Okay, so I was gifted a lot of denim jeans from a friend of mine, and they had mostly tears in them. They were men's working jeans. Well, out of all the jeans she gifted me, one pair of them fit me perfectly, and that's these. So I thought, I'm going to mend the back where that tear is, and I did. And it was like a split right here along the pocket line. So I hope you can see this. I took this pocket off, and I just got another piece of denim, and this was the first thing that got me started on all this slow stitching, and I stitched that on. And then I looked at the pocket and I thought, well, let's do something decorative here, so I did. And then I just X the pocket back here. I frayed the edges a little bit, and then I thought, I'm just going to do it. I'm going to go for it. So I started, there was a little hole here, so I started adding little patches here and there, and I frayed the edges. Sorry about the hair. I frayed the edges around to give it a decorative look. I took half of this pocket off. I think this is a side. I just took half of it off so that I could sew on here. freehand it basically, and added some more patches to it. Added a little bit of lace down here and a heart. There was a worn spot right there. Don't know why. Let's turn it around. Let's see the front of it. So on the front, I added a little pocket from another pair of jeans, and there was a little hole there. This was already frayed, which I love frayed jeans. You know, I'm just an old hippie, and I always will be. So anything that's frayed and worn and old, I'm down for it. I frayed around the pockets. Just took my seam ripper and just sort of went around the pockets for this, and then started adding, you know, a little detail here and there. I call this a work in progress because it is. I don't know if I will ever be able to say these jeans are finished. I just want to keep adding things to them. Let's go down here to the bottom on the leg. I did take, because they were, I wear 32 length jeans, and I think these were a 30. They might have been a 30, but they fit me a little lower on the hip, so I just took the hem out at the bottom of it. Put my L on here. It reminds me of Laverne and Shirley, you know, the L she used to wear on her shirts all the time and stuff, but I usually always put an L on stuff. This is actually a little pocket. I don't know why I kept it a pocket, but I did. So I took that off the back and just sewed it on the front here. I frayed down the sides, you know, because I don't know why. I just thought it'd be cool. There was another little tear down here, so I did a little mending stitch around that. Just added some little decorative stitches here and there. And around the bottom here, I haven't done it on the other leg, and who knows, I might not do it on the other leg. We'll just have to see. So anyway, I was thinking of somewhere that I could possibly put this piece, and I thought maybe along, let's see, maybe along like a side, so that it's almost like a cargo pocket. We'll see. Who knows what I'll do with it. Anyway, next thing is my needles were everywhere. My little hand needles and stuff were everywhere, and I see these little needle books, I guess they call on Pinterest. I saw these a lot, so I had a lot of fabric left over from doing the little yo-yos that I was making, so I just took that fabric, sewed it together, and I had some felt, and I just hand stitched a little needle book or so that I could use and take that on my travels, and when I want to sew some stuff, just something quick and easy. I mean, it wasn't, you know, elaborate. And then I made this. Now, this is out of strips from a jelly roll. And if you don't know what a jelly roll is, it is 2.5 inch width strips of material. They come in a roll like that. That's the jelly roll. There's usually 40 to 42 pieces, and it's from a line of fabric. I don't know, I probably have 15 jelly rolls sitting around that I've had for years, and I haven't made anything out of them. So I pieced these together because I was thinking about doing something for our dining table, and it morphed into being a spread pad for me. And I have quite a large desk here. This is a big white wicker desk with a glass top to it, but it's pretty deep. Back here, though you can't see it, I have I have a 2-shelf unit back here. I've got decks underneath, books, decks on top. I've got on the sides over here. Sorry, trying to get my hands in the, but on the sides over here, I bought like boxes from, one set came from Michael's, and another set came from a thrift store I went into. And maybe one day when I clean up my desk, I'll show you those and how I have my decks that I work with, or that are my favorite, that I work with consistently. They sit on my desk here. So I like to have a big spread cloth, just to, do what you do when you're playing with your cards and stuff. So I hand stitched this, and I used various shades of peach, cream, pinks through this. I was just in I am a pink girl. I love pink, and I was just in the mood for something bright, something that, take me out of the darker months, so to speak. Even though I live in Florida, it's not really a dark month here. It's not cold, it's not winter. Chilly here is when it hits, 38 degrees, 40 degrees. That's pretty cold for us here. But I just wanted something a little lighter. I'll show you the back side of it. That's just the back. Just a solid piece back here. But this entire thing is hand stitched. So this is what I stitched through the batting and through to the back. And I don't know, it's kind of cool. I had this laid out first and had my cards on this, and it looked pretty. I really liked it. So I call it a twofer, so I can do it front and back, which is great. And the binding is all hand stitched on as well. And then the newest one, the one I've been working on for the last 3 days. 3 days? 2 days? 3 days? Anyway, I had a dream the other night, 2 nights ago, 3 nights ago, I don't know. I had a dream that I was sewing on this ticking fabric, and this is a little bit heavier weight fabric. It's cotton, but it's a thicker cotton. But I had a dream that I was hand stitching on this fabric, and I was just sitting there, and all of a sudden, Harry Potter, looking like he did in the Goblet of Fire, was standing right in front of me. And I looked up, and he's looking at me. He smiles at me. He looks down at what I'm doing, and he gives just, a couple of nods of his head, and then he just vanishes. He disappears. So that was in as I'm waking up. That's usually when I dream, is probably within a half hour of me waking up. So as soon as I woke up, I came into my room, into my closet of chaos, of just shelves and shelves of fabric and art supplies and artwork and all sorts of crap, junk. I went in there, I pulled out this ticking fabric, and I have several pieces of Harry Potter fabric, but I had the newsprint. And I think I had 2 yards of the newsprint. And I cut half of it, and I tea-dyed it because I wanted it to have more of an antique-y. Otherwise, it's bright white. I think I got it from Joann's, and it's just glaringly white. But this ticking fabric is not white. It's sort of a creamy background, sort of an antique-y look. So I pulled out the newsprint Harry Potter fabric, and then I started cutting little vignettes. And this is what it has morphed into. But seeing Harry Potter in my dream just gave me the prompt I needed to start making another spread pad, of course, because what else am I going to make with this fabric? So I started pulling out linen pieces that I have. This is the Harry Potter. It's black with gold, and it has the always symbol on it, a triangle with a circle and a line through it. I think this fabric is going to be the backing on here, and I'm ready to add the batting, whatever you want to call it, ready to add that in a backing to it, and then I can finish stitching. I've got all the vertical stitches sort of the way I want it, the way I remember it from my dream. And now I just need to add everything else to it, and I don't know if you can see it all, sorry. Then sew it in horizontal, because I want to go this way as well. I want it to get this nice puckery look that is on what I call my spring pad here. But this is turning into my Harry Potter spread cloth. And I'm really quite excited about this. I really am. I have no idea what it's going to look like. I have no idea. Well, why don't we try? I'm thinking to myself, it's browns, it's creams, it's blacks, it's grays that are in here. So everything is just sort of, I don't, neutral colors. I guess I'll say neutral colors. But what if I want to add, let's grab a deck here. Let's just see. I don't know. I'm just going to pull out a few cards. This is Soul Cats. And, of course, it's upside down. That's nuts. I never put things in upside down. How did that get in upside down? Anyway, we'll just see how the Soul Cats look here with Harry Potter. Not too bad. I mean, I see them just fine. I don't know if this is a cloth I would use to take pictures of and post on the Instagram like I do a lot. Well, I shouldn't say a lot. I haven't done it lately because I've been hand sewing. And when I get in here to hand sew, I'm in here. I'm in my room. And I will go for hours. Seriously, hours. I will go for. It's not uncommon for me when I get in here and I'm working on a project is to be in here for 12 hours just sewing. This is the Tarot Landscapes. So let's see how it looks here. A little brighter colors. Not bad. I mean, it's something I can definitely deal with. The background, the words, the print, none of that bothers me when I'm doing a spread. I can focus on the cards and I don't really see the background of anything. But this is a fairly new deck to me, and this is the bag I made for it. Let's see, what else? What else have I got right here? I have, excuse me while I reach, I have my decks right in front of me on this shelf, these two shelves that I'm working on with for the rest of this month. So let's try Guardian of the Night. See how it looks, because these are a little more, what do I call, more active. There's a lot going on in each, and still I can deal with this just fine. I don't have an issue with these on here. Matter of fact, I kind of like it on there, so that's nice. I think that's it. I think that's all I'll do with this. But anyway, this is what I've been doing, what I've been working on, and I just thought I would pop on here and share that with everyone. I don't know if it's your cup of tea. I don't know if you make your own spread pads, I don't know if you like sewing, but I do, and I quite enjoy it. I'm having a really good time with this. And again, I will do a shout out to Giselle at Mad Witch, because she truly inspires me to pick up a needle or go to my sewing machine, and just start making something. And I really appreciate that. I love watching her channel. So that's it. That's all. I'll leave you with Harry Potter. When I finish this pad, I may use it in another video. I have a couple videos that I've written down that I want to make in the near future, so I'm going to try and make those happen. And that's it for now. So thanks for stopping by. Peace and love.